All right, guys, the last thing we like to give for a lot of people that have low back pain is just a low back release. It can be done with a lacrosse ball. This is the alpha ball from Yoga Tune-Up. It's a little softer than a lacrosse ball, so it's not as intense. Sometimes people really like the intensity. Other times they like a little bit of the softness. Lacrosse ball and this are really good too because you get some grab on that tissue. Right? You get a little bit more kind of shearing forces when using these types of ball. But what we're going to attack is this muscle back here called the QL. With a lot of low back patients and a lot of back pain, this muscle just inherently gets super tight. It gets overworked from bad posture. It gets overworked depending on your lifting technique, whatever that might be. Usually this guy is super pissed off when there's some back pain going on. So good little release to kind of calm it down, which will give you a window of opportunity to start doing some of the other exercises we just went over to either help strengthen, help lengthen the muscle through the foundation training or the forward fold, help turn on the core while the QL is released and everything kind of starts working together again. That's kind of the goal. Just release the tissue and then do some of the movements that we talked about. So this muscle is kind of oriented off to the side a little bit. Oftentimes we see people roll in the back, which isn't necessarily the wrong thing, but it's not attacking what we want to. It's just they're just square on, right? They're perpendicular to the wall behind them. They're kind of just rolling off those top muscles. There's muscles deep to those big superficial back muscles. So the best way to do this is you're going to kind of put it right off to the side here, just between your ribs and your pelvis, right? My spinous processes are right here. So it's just off to the side, about 45 degrees. So in doing that, instead of being straight on, I'm going to turn about 45 degrees. Okay? This allows me to kind of wrap behind those big meaty muscles to get back to those QL. Okay, and from here, stagger stance a little bit. You can kind of roll around, kind of figure out where you got some tight, maybe trigger points or some knots, whatever you want to call them. Now, when you find one, what I want you to do is press a little harder into this left leg, pushing your body up into the wall. You're going to feel it intensify just a little bit. That's good. Okay, so you're just going to kind of breathe and hang out here, try to get that muscle to calm down a little bit. Now what you can do as well to kind of add a little shear force to it and get that muscle to lengthen underneath the compression of the ball is very, very subtle. I just kind of do like these little, almost crunches. I'm not trying to round out my back a whole bunch, but I'm just trying to add a little bit of length in that QL muscle while I'm pushing in with the ball. Notice I'm not moving very far, right? So that's gonna, you'll definitely feel that intensify as well when you start adding those just small little crunch movements. Okay, so QL release. I like doing it against the wall because it allows you to kind of manipulate yourself a little bit better. It can be done on the floor as well. It's just a little bit harder to get kind of the applied force that I'm looking for. So this is the last exercise for this blog post. There's a bunch more that we like to do for low back pain, but this is kind of 5 simple steps to give you a good amount of relief.